everyone and welcome back to my channel. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, I am going to talk about something very sensitive. Today we will learn how to handle a difficult team member or a dominant team member. Now in all of our work lives, we must have come across one member, one person who is very difficult to deal with, or you could also say that they are very dominant. Their personality is very dominant. They are very aggressive in their communication, so it might not be comfortable for a lot of people. So you need to know how to handle them. Now when I say handle them, you do not have to be equally aggressive or dominant to handle them. So let's look at some ways where you can politely and very elegantly handle these team members. Now the first way that you can handle a dominant or a difficult person is that do not let them start, because once they start they will not stop and they will not give space to others to speak. Okay, so that's why you have to be prompt. So you take the initiative and you take the lead and you start talking. That's the only way you can stop them from taking over your space, taking over your speech time. Okay, so that's one of the ways that you can handle them. The second way to handle such a person can be by politely pointing out that they are being dominant. At one point of time you have to directly tell them that you are taking over our space. Now I'm going to give you an example of a sentence that you can use. It's just a way of how you can not hurt them, and yet you will tell them that you're not the only one with points, or you're not the only one with an opinion, right? You can say that the team appreciates your opinion, or the team appreciates your interest, but let's see what others have to say. Now that's a very polite way of handling such a person, because they are very keen and very aggressive in pointing out their opinions, but you also have to give opportunity, you also have to give turn to others, right? So this is one way of handling them. Now the third way is by using names. Now what I mean by using names is, for an instance, you're in a meeting, okay, just a team meeting. Talk to everybody by taking their name, their respective names. So what happens is, when you start taking names, Arun, why don't you say this? Geeta, why don't you say this? How about you add on? So you take names of these people. What happens is, when you do that, you are directing the whole meeting and everybody gets a chance. In that way, that one dominant person won't be able to take other space. So you take control and you start directing the meeting. Okay, so this is another way of handling such a person, taking over control, not giving them control. Okay, the fourth way is by setting boundaries, which is very necessary. So how you can set boundaries? You can give them time limit, that you have 5 minutes to talk about whatever you want to talk about. Okay, or you can ask them, if they have something to say, you can ask them to come later, or you can ask them to talk last. You give others the first turn. Okay, so that way you have to set very strict boundaries, otherwise they will always take over others' time. So in this way you can stop that one dominant person by hurting others or taking over their space and their time. Okay, now the next way that you can do is by finger pointing. I know it might seem like bad manner, but when it comes to handling a difficult member, you will have to do this. What you can do is, while you're taking a meeting or you're just having a group discussion, you can point to a particular person, you can ask them to talk. Okay, point towards that person that you will speak, and when that one dominant person tries to interrupt or tries to talk in between, you can just signal them that yes, your turn will come, so you have to wait. Make them wait so that everybody else gets a chance. So this is another way. When I meant finger pointing, this is how you finger point. You point to people to give them a chance to speak, okay, and not let that dominant person take over others' time. So this is another way how you can handle them. Now another way to handle them is you will have to cut them off, but politely. Suppose that dominant person has already started speaking and they have already taken other space. You will have to cut them off, but you will have to do that gently or politely. So what can you say? You can ask them that it's been good so far, but let's ask Mr. Ashish, or let give Mr. Ashish the floor now, okay? So that way you are stopping them gently by respectfully asking them to, stop and give another person a chance to speak. So let me repeat that sentence. You can say that it's been good so far, but let's give some other people some chance to speak, right? The last way to handle such a dominant person or a difficult person is by spinning them off. Now, what is spinning them off? So, what you can do is when they start talking, what you can do is use that statement and turn it into a question and direct it to them as if you have used their sentence to ask them the same question. Okay, what it does, it distracts them from speaking, and suddenly they are being questioned. So now they have to answer, so they get distracted from speaking and taking others' time. So you are spinning them off. Okay, you are using their statement to distract them. Okay, so that's spinning them off. So this was the last way to handle such a dominant person. I hope you find these tips useful. I hope you will use them at your workplace if you have such a person in your team or in your office. So if you have to deal with them, you do not have to be rude or aggressive like them. All you have to do is follow these 7 tips and handle them, and do it very politely and gently. That's all for today's topic. I hope you liked this video. If you did, please hit the like button, share this video with your friends, and do not forget to subscribe if you haven't subscribed yet. I will be seeing you soon in another video. Till then, keep learning, keep growing, and keep practicing. Take care and goodbye.